Hey, good morning. Here we are in QUARTZSITE, Arizona on the 24th of November, 2024. We're starting to run out of November. And it is, I'm in La Posa South, out in the desert, boondocking in beautiful QUARTZSITE. And the weather at the moment, the overnight temperatures have gone way up by over 10 degrees. It is almost 60. It's 59 degrees out there. My heater really didn't have to work last night at all. It was a perfect night for sleeping. I had a great night's sleep. Coming up on 7 o'clock here, 6:56 a.m. The weather outlook for today is a high of 72, a low of 50 with partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, Monday, 75, 54 is the low. Then we have the next 3 days at 79, 79, and 71 with increasingly cloudy skies. Or Friday, it's like totally cloudy all day, and then back to partly cloudy over the weekend. And what I'm seeing here for wind speeds is it's moderate to low wind speeds. So again, pretty ideal conditions for people harvesting solar. Any cloud is not ideal. The ideal condition is beautiful, pure blue skies, highs in the low 70s. Lows 50, that's perfect, but we're close enough to perfect here. So before we do the comments, I want to show you guys something. I promised to test the water, because I had some concerns with the saline content of the water. I had my whole episode last year where I was atomizing the water to increase the humidity because I had no nosebleeds. And it turns out that it started interfering with the combustion of my propane, both on my heater and on the stove. And I narrowed it down to it's the saline content in the water. How high could it be? Well, I'm going to tell you that 250 parts per million is what they recommend the maximum safe to be. And you can see here, and I'm going to do a video on this, and I'm going to do multiple tests, right? I'm going to do, let me angle this down so you don't get as much reflection. But you can see the test strip there is right there where the arrow is, and it only gets darker over towards this end. So it's a closest match to 500, guys. 500 parts per million, which is way over what's considered normal in drinking water. So that I expected that. Here's what I did not expect. See where the arrow is, and the arrow's next to the test strip, which is next to the comparison. And again, it only gets darker as you go left. So the closest match is 10 plus. And that's 10 parts per million, which is, and it shows 1 part per million is, see, it's bracketed. That's what's considered good drinking water. Anything above that, not. That's way above that. And that is copper. That's copper. And high levels of copper in the water, I think can be symptomatic, like gastrointestinal problems, nausea, vomiting. That's what I read online. Now, this is one test strip from one sample. I got a whole, and these are well-regarded test strips. They were pretty expensive. They do really well. So I am going to do this multiple days. For the first one, I just took it out of the tank, one of my camping companions' tanks, because I helped her load LTVA water into her tank. Today I'll go out and I'll do one at the water source, and I'll do 2 or 3 over 2 or 3 days, and I'll make comparisons, and I'll do a video on it. You know, the people say, oh, you don't need to worry, they test it every day. Well, maybe they do, but tell me where they publish the results. I can't find it anywhere online. And if you can find test results from the LTVA water in La Posa South online anywhere, let me know and tell me where it is. so I can see it, so I can compare their testing to mine. Anyway, let's go off with the comments. That's why we're here. And the positive form video, I mentioned it yesterday because it got early comments on it. 97-year-old cheerleader, yay! She was invited back to her high school to cheer one more time, and she had a blast. And Anna Marie Sarkowski says, very special, forever young she is. Robert Ballard says, great example of kindness and respect for people of all ages and backgrounds. Sometimes we feel like our world is run out of kindness, but this shows it is not so. Thanks, Rob, for the reminder. Then we have, we need to click on the screen here, don't we? Then I can go up. Robert Ballard says, okay, my long form video was, look who I ran into. All I did was hop on my e-bike and said, I'm going to give you an e-bike tour of the main areas of the LTVA La Posa South, and that's what I did. Hi, Rob. This is Robert Ballard. Hi, Ryan. Thanks for the fantastic ride-along. I realize now why Q is such the special place for full-timers of all kinds. As you pointed out, and the people you meet are friendly and seem to always show the respect for each other in any interaction. Your video on camel meat had us looking for long-distance food delivery to my house. Let's see. On the same video, we got Robert Ballard. Love the Dottie George. I just had an interesting and illuminating thought on your channel, as well as Rusty's channel. There is a very common thread of good life lessons. I think thread. He meant thread. Thread of good life lessons and bits of great life advice that ring true. You both are unique in your approach and observation of life's challenges, but the message is precisely the same. It explains why you and Rusty get combined so much, especially in the comments videos. My wife and I tune in every day for both the RV experiences, but more importantly, your observations and advice on how to be kinder individuals. Did Dottie get a chance to try the camel meat? Yeah, kindness and empathy, that's a big thing with me, and I hope it's an underpinning of my channel. And I said, I did not finish the camel burger. I wrapped it up in a napkin and I brought it home with me. And I did, in fact, share that camel meat with Dottie, and she loved it. All right. Good morning. And that was on good. Guess what I ran into? That was from Greg Half. Well, good morning, Greg. Sharon Wissinger. Thanks for the tour. I always wondered what it was like. Well, you're welcome, Sharon. All these are on the, well, not all these. The next one is on. Look who I ran into. Nice tour. I was the orange pickup at the water station. Glad to see you out there. So I should explain. Look who I ran into. I ran into Nomadic Fanatic, and I ran into a subscriber. Let me stop here and say this. Nomadic Fanatic is, we know each other. We know each other fairly casually. We have many in-friend comments. I like the guy. I met him last year, and I've hung out with him a little bit. And he's always been a pleasant, nice guy, and I love his channel. I like his stuff. I really do. And he has close to 250,000 subscribers, so he gets a lot of hate from, they call them trolls out there. And there's even YouTube channels that have been devoted to just criticizing him. I'm getting used to this because this is going to happen to me if I continue to grow my channel. There are people that have made decisions based on information that they see online that this is a despicable person. And why do I say this? Because the first comment I got on that video was, I'm a subscriber of yours, and he says very negative things about Eric, that's Eric, Nomadic Fanatic. He said, if I have to watch him here, I'm going to unsubscribe from your channel. And I said, please do. 2 words, please do. And if you feel the same way, if you have, you know, I've got a couple of friends here that I see regularly. They're over at the spot. There is Eric and there is Randy. And both of them have YouTube channels, and both of them have their haters. And inevitably, Randy's channel will get flamed every few years when there's something that someone thinks is some kind of a scandal. And last year, a new one reared its ugly head, and you know, my channel got lots of negative comments because they knew I was friends with them. I think it's a terrible thing for people to do, but just know if you do it, you're going to get the I'm going to call it the silent block, because the way it works is if you make a comment that makes me feel like I don't want to see that comment or any others that you do in the future, I click a thing that says hide user from the channel. And if you're that user, you don't see anything different. The only thing different you see is no one's responding to your comments. You see them out there on the videos, but you're the only one that sees them. They're invisible to me, and they're invisible to everyone else. So there's no room here for any kind of vitriol or hatred, and it just not going to be tolerated. And I think I'm struggling a little bit with to remember Randy's channel. I think it's the Mobile Traveler is Randy's channel, and the hatred has pretty much chased him off YouTube. I don't think he's done it one in a year. But anyway, not okay here. And I would say if you watch one of my videos and you see any friend of mine, Deborah Dickinson is my oldest friend, and she has a very large YouTube channel, and Frugal RV Gal, and I'm trying to think. I'm drawing a blank. Sally Forth. Is Sally Forth the name of her channel? I think it is. Sally Forth. These are all friends of mine that have YouTube. Adventuring with Amanda. Now, Amanda's more of a casual friend. I go to her meetups and things, but she's a very kind woman that has a great channel. If you see these people on my channel and that disturbs you, then please watch another channel. Please don't make ugly comments about my friends. Thank you. So the next one is Johnny Supertramp. My butter heater created a ton of moisture on my bus, so I got rid of it and replaced it with the Wave 3 heater, which is fantastic. Catalytic is the way to go. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think the butter heater is more of an open flame, you know, a burning open flame, burning propane. And catalytic, which the Wave 3 is it's a chemical reaction on a piece of fabric. So it's not really it's not an open flame. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And that was on Heating My RV Boondocking. By the way, that's up to 20,000 views, believe it or not. Philip Williams. Hi, I thought the only one who called processing of videos on YouTube cooking. I don't know where I got that. I don't think it's original to me. I think I probably heard it somewhere. I won't claim for it to be original. Destinations Delight on Look Who I Ran Into. New to your channel, this is one of my favorite places to go in the winter. Have a safe and enjoyable winter, and happy holidays to you. Nancy Lowe. I only go to Pizza Hut in Parker when I'm already in Parker. My favorite piece is sausage, and there's always a deal. That's good to know. If you go up to Parker and you want a pizza, apparently Nancy says that the Pizza Hut, is it pizza? You know what, Nancy? I'm going to look something up here. I thought there's a Domino's up there, and Pizza Hut, Parker. I may have some information here that's going to disappoint you. Let's see, Parker. Oh, I thought it was closed. It's not. It's good. Pizza Hut's still good in Parker. So if you go up to Parker, according to Nancy, I would get the app, right, Nancy? I think that would be a help. Where if you're going to Parker anyway and you're on a budget and you look, hey, silly Hal's and Outback time is fine, but I can't afford $30 for a pizza. You're on your way up there to Walmart or whatever, or for whatever reason, stop by Pizza Hut and you can. I'd say it sounds like half or a third of the price sometimes, depending on the deal that they run, the specials. So that's a good comment. Ken Gray on the 97-year-old cheerleader. He says, perfect way to honor a founding member. RV Life 289. I did the exact same thing with my electric e-bike. I gave my other one, the heavier one, to my brother. Glad I finally saw George. Guess who I ran into. So I have the electric e-bikes. I have the lightest version because I fold it up and take it in and out of my truck, and I need it to be lighter. Then I bought the original one back years ago when they started the company, and it was a beautiful bike and solid and powerful and heavy. So I gave that away. Hi, Dottie and George. Hey, Rob. Thanks for the tour. And this is Edie Ron. It was nice running into a subscriber, Alex, who started the Nomad life because of you. I really enjoy your videos. Have a great day. Well, thanks, Edie. So let's say, controller. I'm staying there for a few days before heading to Baja for the winter. Oh, I bet it's beautiful down there. I have a Revel van and wanted to know how far back. Did I say this is controller 2152? I want to know how far back do I need to go to have some space. I will be around January 1st and another prime season for the LTVAs. It's my first time at QUARTZSITE. Thanks. Says read more. Dave. Okay, Dave. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that, Dave. All right. Because I clicked too much, I lost my place. So I'm sorry. I think I'm close. I'm close. Sip your coffee while you're waiting. I'm saying not that far at all. I mean, you go out to an LTV and it looks really packed. Just keep going, and then it's hundreds and hundreds of acres. It never fills up. Okay, so you can always find a private place in any one of them, or any one of the BLM 14-day areas. That's not something to worry about. So let's see. David Pearson says, I was wondering if the LTV is close enough to travel to town by e-bike. And I said, yes, La Posa West and North, border town, La Posa South and Tyson Wash are a few miles out. So if you're in West or North, you're right in town, zip, you're in minutes. You can be, depending on how deep you are into La Posa South or La Posa Tyson Wash, you could be 3.5 to 5 miles out, depending on how deep you are. And there are trails. There's a trail that runs along 95 under the power lines. It's heavily used by ATVs and UTVs, especially in the peak season in January. And I find it to be too bumpy. Who wants to be riding next to a busy highway when you can go into La Posa Tyson Wash, and there's a north to south dirt road. It's not marked, but it is actually Old Yuma Road, and you can take that dirt road all the way into town, and it dumps you out. It ends right behind where the big tent in Tyson Wells is. So I've done that. It's not difficult. Just be careful. It's a bumpy road. It's not asphalt. Don't fall. Wear a helmet. Louise Cash. Rob, thanks for the enjoyable tour. What, if anything, do you do to dissuade nighttime rodent invasion in truck engine and trailer light spray? Never had a problem here. Just stay away from, I said, people tell me, stay away from the washes and the vegetation. And let's see, I am from the nearest vegetation, I'm probably 100 feet or so. And I've never had a problem in this spot. There are people that have those problems out here. And I had that problem. I had wires chewed through up in New Mexico over the summer. So I've been looking into all these various methods. And boy, there isn't one where there's a universal agreement on it working. So we'll see. That's a tough topic. I enjoyed your Robin Goff. I enjoyed your tour, Rob. It's great to see you run into people you know on your channel. I bet it's a thrill to hear they watch your content. Yeah, it is. Almost so far every day I've gone into town, I've had at least one person say, "Hey, your travels with Dottie," and it does feel nice. Ken Gray says, speaking of that, I love the way you perk up when someone recognizes you. You're good to go for the next 24 hours now. Living in the now. I see that you're hauling a trailer, so this isn't an issue for you, but do you know how someone in an RV without a towed vehicle would save their camp spot when they go to town or the dump site? No one mentions if there are rules about this or even a general etiquette regarding such things. My fear is that I'll find the perfect spot and then someone else will swoop in and take it when I run into town for groceries or whatnot. Is that just a risk you take, or is there some way to mark off a spot that is taken? Well, I answered here, many people leave an outdoor rug and chairs. Also, there aren't any real, that I'm aware of, that I've run across, any special spots. They're all pretty much the same. Whether I'm right here, or I'm over there, or over there, or over there, 50 feet. I mean, if I broke camp for some reason and I left here for a week, I've done this before. I haven't left anything and come back and there's someone where I was. I just park a little bit over from there. There are no designated campsites, and there's not a big difference. But some people, they'll leave their rug out or something. And that's the etiquette. People know, hey, if there's a rug out there, an outdoor rug out there that's like, pounded into the ground with stakes, that means that's somebody's spot and they're in town. Don't park there. So that's the etiquette. But, it's so big. The odds of someone taking your spot in the hour and a half or 2 hours or 3 hours that you're gone in town are very, very small. You're more apt to get attacked by a shark. And I hit the wrong thing again, and I have to research for where I left off. Oh, I'm zeroing in on it. Don't worry, I'm with you. I'm here. Rodent invasion. Okay, so we're in the next one. Is Jeffrey Criley. Nice normal day. Day-to-day stuff, which we all do. Thanks for the video. I have an e-bike too since I retired. Yeah, e-bikes are great. They're a game changer for me. If you do this is the life and times of Crazy Pat R. Okay, Crazy Pat R. If you do your dishes outside, can you just dump the water on the ground? And I would guess yes, but technically I really don't know for certain. And someone jumped on there and said it's frowned upon because the oils and light grease from the dishwater over 100 years it would build up. So I think that the rule is no gray water on the ground. And it doesn't say no gray water over 5 ounces on the ground. It doesn't say. So I'd say technically it's against the rules. If you dump the just a few ounces of dirty water, I don't think anybody's going to bother you, but I can't be the authority here and say that that's okay. So I got to be the guy that says, I really don't know. You know, like me, if you have a sink, it's kind of a no-brainer. Ken says, busy day for me. After 7, I just now get to catch up. Nice comment and call. That's the comment one. This video is usually the one to upload and go live last, because like here I am at 25 minutes. It gets to be, 45, 50 minutes. It takes a long time to upload on YouTube and process. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Rob. Cuddles and kisses for Dottie. It's nice to be in the same place again. Yeah, it sure is, Lisa. Lisa, here's the kind of woman Lisa is. That there was one day I was out sitting out with everybody, and I noticed she had an extra water, and I forgot to bring water with me, and I was thirsty. I said, hey, Lisa, can I have that water? She said, of course you can, and she gave me the water. And then a couple days later, I was over there in her trailers near where we sit out, and she apparently noticed I was sitting out there again without water, and when she walked out, she walked up and handed me a bottle of water. Yeah. Kindness, guys. Tommy, your success comes from you being an amazing, intelligent, caring, kind, soft-spoken guy who I'm proud to call my friend. Wow. Thank you, Tommy. That's amazing. And I think he was responding to me talking in the video about I've got what I consider to be surprising success financially on my YouTube channel by not following any of the advice or rules they tell you. A bus and a PYR. That's got to mean something. A bus, and it's A _ bus _ and _ A _ PYR. I bet it means something. Get on here and tell us what it means. Nice seeing Nomadic Fanatic and others on your ride. Do you allow people to come by and say, hey, yes, of course I do. Allow. So there's little expectation of privacy here. There is an etiquette, and not for me or YouTubers or anything, is especially if you, even if I am camping with someone, I'm camping with people I've known for years here. If they're in the rig and their door's closed, I'm not going to knock on their door. It's like in nomad culture. The knock on the door means you're in trouble. Like, a ranger, a camp host, a cop. So we avoid doing the tradition like we do at houses. So, the first line is, hey, what are you doing? Can I come over? Can I drop by? Do you want to hang out? By text. And then I would, if I send a text to Cheryl, generally if someone's door is open, in the screen, you see the screen door is closed, but the regular door is open. It's often interpreted as an invitation to come within maybe 20 feet and call out the person's name. And here's a good rule of thumb. If you call out loud, Cheryl, through the screen, and she doesn't answer, assume that she doesn't want to be bothered and try later. A little bit of nomad etiquette. And that's very kind of, I think it doesn't apply to all RVers. Like recreational RVers don't really know about this stuff. This is the nomad full-timer community etiquette. Linda M3M. I've been watching your channel. Love it because it's smart and informative, yet light and amusing. I'm waiting to visit Q in January. I know there's a big to-do going on at the time. I'm wondering if there will still be space in LTVAs. Newbie here at the Q. Thank you. And I answered, it's gigantic. Running out of space is not a thing. And it's not. There is never a time of the year or event or anything where there's a full sign at the LTVA, because it's hundreds and hundreds. Each one is hundreds of acres of land that you're allowed to camp on with a permit. And it's been crowded here, but it's never been anywhere near close to not being able to find a super remote spot in any of the LTVs. Trust me, it's huge, huge. 60 Cloud. This is Prompt Cheryl. Can't wait to catch up with you in Q. Having some issues with a new. She's going to be camped right there. I'll be able to see her rig out my back window here. Well, I picked that. It's a spot that I picked out for her. I thought about her dogs and the other dogs and proximity and convenience, and I selected a spot, and she's free to look at it and go, I don't want to camp there, but I think she will. It's a great spot. Can't wait to catch up with you in Q. Having some issues with my new bike rack, so need to get some adjustments made before hauling my bike long distances. And I said, your spot is waiting. Can't wait till she comes down here. She's got 2 great dogs. All right, Dean Grande. Curious, do you ever run across snakes? And I'm going, never have. Never seen a snake all these years. And all these years, my 45 years coming to the QUARTZSITE. No, it's 4 years. First year was for 10 days. The remaining years for the season, I have not seen a snake. There are snakes. All right, the spot, the camp I was at yesterday. I hate this story. It just gives me the creeps. They have like a really solid windproof tent room that they use for poker games and potlucks and stuff, and they have couches in there and recliners. And in March one year, they were moving the furniture out to breaking down camp. That's what they do in March. And they brought a couch out, and out came like a 6-foot diamondback rattlesnake out of the couch. It was in the couch. It was living in the couch. Holy crap. But I wasn't there. I was gone by the time that happened. I wasn't living in that camp. So I've never been anywhere near a rattlesnake. Now, they're really hard to see. You know, they're not active in these winter months. But in September, in March, when you're starting to get warm, they're out. I'm not an expert in rattlesnakes. You certainly want to keep your dog on a short leash and not let them crawl into spaces where snakes could be hiding. I don't let Dottie, even though I have one of those retractable leashes, she doesn't go just off into the washes and stuff. No, not happening. And as far as me, I try to keep an eye out, but I don't, like, unlike many people, I walk around in jeans. I walk around in jeans, not shorts. Jeans are not 100% protection against a rattlesnake strike, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. People ask me about scorpions. Never seen a scorpion. You can see them at night with the black light. And I go out with the black light just out of curiosity. I bought a black light for the express purpose of spotting scorpions. It's finished. Now, they're out there too. And I'm looking at I'm growing a little bit of a white beard, huh? A little Santa Claus beard. What do you guys think? Should I continue growing it? Usually you see me, I make a point to shave before I go on a video. But I'm growing this out a little bit, just out of curiosity. Be interested in your opinion. I can look at you and tell you know what just happened. I just totally lost my train of thought. With scorpions, they are out here. Because I haven't seen them doesn't mean they're not there. And one thing that I hear over and over again that people get stung is a lot of people like to take their shoes off before they come into their rig, thinking they're gonna beat back the onslaught of dirt and dust and grime in the desert. And I go, ha ha ha, Not so much. You're just going to have to be willing to be engaged in that battle the whole season. But anyway, people that do that leave their shoes outside, and scorpions like little dark places. So guess what? Guess what is certain to happen if you put on a pair of shoes with a scorpion living in one? You're going to get stung. You're not going to die, but you may wish you did. They hurt. I don't know. I haven't experienced it, but I do know the sting hurts like a bee sting or a wasp sting times 10. So you could leave your shoes outside, shake them out good before you put them on. All right. Mark, Marcel only. Could you? They want to restart my computer again. We just did a friggin' update yesterday. They must have screwed something up. Could you show the Blue Boy pump outfit? And I said, there's more than one on my channel. There's one, you can go to the shorts and scroll through and you'll find one on shorts. Then I have a long version where I show step by step how to do it. All right, hang on. Hang on. Let me take a minute here. You know, it's not that hard because I can go to my content and I can go search across my channel, macerator. Did I spell it right? It doesn't look like it. I spelled it wrong here. Macerator. Search. March 11th, 2022. Let's do, can we share this? Copy link. All right. I'm going to edit my response. There's more than one on my channel. I'm going to edit that. And I'm going to put in the link. There you go. Marcel. So go back. I don't think you saw it because you didn't like it. So go back to your comment. Look at my response. And in there is a link to its... yeah, it's a step-by-step. It's the long form one where I show you how to set it up, and I just walk you through the whole thing. All right. Hope that helps. You know, it does. I will say it gets harder and harder to do thorough responses because I have so many more comments now. Robin Goff, the burger and fries sound delicious. I would absolutely eat there if I was in Q. And that was on the new restaurant, Scooters, next to Patty's RV park and Propane. And they have camel burgers. It was really good, but that's like, it was a gimmick. They have a huge menu. They got lots of other things if you can't stomach camel burgers. On heating my RV, Jackie Horn says, shoot, my carbon monoxide detector in my RV goes off every time my little Yorkie poo farts. Really? But the Yorkie sleeps at the foot of my bed. I can't smell anything. It took me a while to figure out what's setting it off. And I can reset it over and over again. But times out and it starts alarming. Most annoying thing, because we're sleeping at night, can really ruin your night. Last trip I took was ready to stop at Walmart and buy a hammer to take to it. Well, Jackie, that's humorous, but I think it's highly unlikely that that's the cause of it going off. I would be very concerned here. I would replace the alarm, is what I would do. That it really doesn't seem like and also you didn't mention how far the alarm was from the bed and stuff like that. I would try to figure that out, unless of course this post is just messing with me, which is fine, but I'm taking it seriously. But I find it highly unlikely that your Yorkie is the cause of that. And guys, anyone that has carbon monoxide alarms going off repeatedly, and you can't find the source, you need to either figure out if it's a faulty alarm or figure out what the source is. It's serious business. California. So glad you showed George last few videos. I had not seen him. Was wondering if he's okay. Thanks for sharing, Rob. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Gobble gobble. George isn't in it a lot because George is not a social creature. George doesn't come out a lot. Where's George right now? Hang on. George is behind me, which is just hiding back here. And here. You can see the fur, right? So he's not really readily available like Dottie is so often. There's Dottie back there sleeping on the bed. So that's why you don't see George. If something was wrong with George, trust me, I'd be talking about it on video. It's part of my life, and I'd share it with you. I talk all the time about George's struggles with traveling. I don't, Dottie, you ready? You're just about ready to go outside, I think, and we're almost done. Julie Hoot on, I did a little short on keeping warm, and she says, awesome. That was 13 minutes ago. Let's do a quick refresh. And that is it today. So the long form video, the short today is a 17-year-old was the youngest person to ever pass the bar exam in California and is now a lawyer. I guess maybe not technically because she has to wait till her 18th birthday to get the actual license, but she passed the bar and she beat out someone that did it at 17 years and 11 months. She beat them to take the record away from them. It was her brother. I bet that was sweet. So the long form video is a taste of QUARTZSITE resources. This one is we go out and we go to the post office, we go to Roadrunner Market, we go to the hardware store, and I'm with Cheryl, and we just take you to a bunch of places doing errands to see what they're like. And it's a long one, but I think you're gonna like it. What else can I say here? It's at 43 minutes. You know how much. It's almost like I don't need to keep saying it, but I'm going to keep saying it. How grateful and honored that I am that you take time to watch these videos and care about what this old guy is saying. That's pretty neat. So any questions or anything about, get on there on those comments, and I read all the comments that I'm willing to keep. Of course, as it gets busier, there gets to be more and more little nasty comments. Sorry. And let me say this, everyone, if you're like, he didn't read my comment was fine. There is a little bit of a problem with the YouTube algorithm where it puts it it holds the comment for some reason, and I can't tell why. And I'll go in and approve it and respond to it. And sometimes it'll take a couple days before it shows up. And sometimes it gets lost. So that's not me. But if you said something pretty negative or critical and it's not showing, it's because... Now, I have two levels. I can just delete your comment, and that doesn't do the hide you from the channel thing. I'll usually do that with things. I'll do a business, and someone will jump on there and say nasty things about the business. And, well, maybe not nasty, but say negative things about the business, which people are used to doing when they're commenting, they're reviewing. But I usually delete those because my channel's not a place for that. If you want to express your disappointing experience with a business, please do it on Yelp or Google or someplace designed for that. Because when I do a tour of a business, I'm going to be talking about the positive aspects. If I go through a business and I have a miserable experience, you'll never know it because there's never going to be a video. Positivity, kindness, empathy. Take care. We're all struggling to do that. You know, I have to say that every time I talk about kindness and empathy, really important to me. And I'm not trying to say I'm like the model of that or some kind of guru on that. I struggle with occasionally being an ass and having to fix it and go back and fix it and try to do better next time. Um, I'm not perfect at all. Trust me. I'll see you tomorrow.